Okay, so welcome back to some more MX versus ATV All Out. Today we're going to be taking a much longer look at some actual in-game gameplay that I was able to capture of the new 125 two-stroke sound on PC. You'll see that here in just a second, but we have to give a huge shout out to Connor over on Twitter. He tweeted a short little video saying that, hey, I have the new 125 two-stroke sounds, and I asked him, are you on PC or console? He said PC, and sure enough, they're there. But they're only there on the Rainbow 125 two-stroke. Only the Rainbow bike, as far as I can tell, actually has the sounds. The Nordic bike, the YZ125, doesn't actually have them yet. And what it looks like to me is they're not really supposed to be there, and it's a work in progress. You can tell that they're not still finely tuned to where they want it, but it is a huge step above what we have right now. I know two-stroke sounds, like from the get-go, weren't where people wanted them to be. Right when the game released, tons of people were just, sounds like a weed whacker, sounds like a leaf blower, and it just doesn't sound right. It sounds so wimpy and so cheap. It just doesn't sound right, and we all know that, and so we've been hoping that they would adjust them, and all we know is the 125 so far. We haven't heard a 250 or the 500. I checked those, and as far as I can tell, there's no, it's not like glitched in the game or anything, just the 125 is. And what I kind of want to do is want you to hear the sound of this just so you can compare it. And I know a majority of you that are probably watching this video know what the sounds are and don't like them. And I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same lake. I was in the same lake from the get-go that I thought they needed to be improved, but I wasn't like as nasty, I guess, as people wanted me to be, or as nasty as other people were. So I think people were like, oh, he's totally fine with it. No, I wasn't. I just didn't get quite as nasty as everybody else. And the 125 has been improved slightly since release. I don't know. I don't remember what patch it was, but it did get improved slightly. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this play out just a little bit without me talking so you can hear it. And then we'll play like a lap or two of the new sounds. I'm not going to talk over it. And then we'll come back, discuss it, and you can let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Okay, so there you have it, the new 125 two-stroke sounds, and I can say that I think it sounds a whole heck of a lot better. It's still a work in progress. It has to be. It's not really supposed to be in the game. I don't really know why it's glitched like that, but it is. It sounds a lot better. It could still use some work. I felt like, for the most part, I'm pretty happy with it. It just needs like some fine-tuning. Now, when I was actually shifting, because I was using the manual transmission, when I was shifting, it didn't really feel like the sound was matched to that, you know what I mean? It kind of felt like it was shifting even if I wasn't. So I was like in third gear, but it would sound like it was shifting up to fourth or something like that. That doesn't really bother me because if you look back, everybody loves Reflex. It's the best motocross game ever made. That's what everybody says. Now, I'm not arguing, okay? I'm not arguing. Reflex is one of my favorites, maybe my favorite. I'm not sure. But if you go back and use the 252 stroke, that thing could shift infinitely. You use that thing and it was shifting constantly. It just had an infinite number of gears, okay? So if you want to complain, then go complain about Reflex 2. Don't just complain on this game. You got to be fair. You got to be. Otherwise, you just look dumb. But basically, I think the two-stroke sounds are pretty darn good, and it needs that fine-tuning for sure. It did feel like when the bike would start to bog, if I actually was clutching, it would get those, like it adjusted the sound correctly to when I was actually using the clutch. Because the other thing that was kind of weird, when I was using it, and I haven't used it too much yet, but when I was, it kind of felt like it would start to make that bog sound for no reason. So we'd come out of the corner in second, shift to third, down like a straight, not even going uphill or anything, and all of a sudden it would just like bog down. I'm guessing that's something that they're still working on, which is why it's not like fully implemented in the game, but just kind of something that I noticed, I guess. But yeah, I'm curious to know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments if you think this is a lot better, if you think it's worse, if you are pumped for it, what you think needs to be worked on. I think there's things that need to be worked on still, but I do think this is light years better than what we have. So I'm really curious to see what they're going to do with the 500, because I think that's the worst sounding one, and the 250. But the 250 and the 125, those two strokes are the ones that are most important to me to get the sounds down on. I don't really use the 500, so I don't really care that much, but I do still think that that's the worst sounding two-stroke. And now the 125, even in its current state, not being fine-tuned, like getting the sounds perfect like that, it still sounds better than any other two-stroke in the game. But again, I'm curious to see your guys' thoughts. Let me know down in the comments. We can have some kind of conversation. Hopefully not a fighting match, just a conversation, a friendly conversation. If you disagree, that's cool. But that's my opinion, and we'll go from there. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately, and until the next video, take it easy.